Hi friends, Andromeda of Earth here, along with a little bit of cinnamon and some crystal friends. I decided to surround myself with EMF protective stones. I got some shungite, some black tourmaline. This one is double terminated from Nepal. And this I was told is shungite. To me it very much looks like black tourmaline. It shines like shungite does. So, I don't know. And then lodestone. I just learned about this being an EMF protective stone from Q-Tress. I fucking love you, Q-Tress. Your brilliance and artistry just seeps out of all of your being. It's beautiful to witness. Bringing along some other friends, working with the Albano-Waite. It's like a Rider-Waite Smith style tarot deck, and wanted to work with the Wildly Tarot deck. Whoa! See if we can get this into better focus here. Of our two creators of the Wildly Tarot. It's kind of, there we go. We got it. Hi guys. So this is Esther, I believe, and Holly. I keep the card in the deck of your picture because to me it has a special message of friendship, bonding, and all that sort of fun stuff. You know, being art, allowing ourselves to be art, because that's essentially what the creators have done, have taken their friendship and their coming together and created some really beautiful things with the podcast and the deck. I want to use the deck to give some depth to the images that we get in the Rider-Waite here. There's lots of imagery in the Rider-Waite Smith, as always. I tend to be a more intuitive reader versus memorizing all of the cards. You know, I know some of them. You know, that's just because of working with the images and symbolisms for long enough. You just start to pick it up without requiring to specifically memorize. I welcome any and only benevolent beings to this space. I welcome any ancestors, any angels, archangels, any ascended masters, any ancients who are of divine will and universal law are welcome here. I welcome any named or unnamed beings who are helpful to the human race and Gaia, and who are in alignment with divine will and universal law. Welcome. All others are banished. What information do we need to know for the week of, I think it's the 28th through the 4th? Sunday to Saturday. March 28th to April October 4th, which is going to be a wonderful day, in my opinion. It'll be 444, being 2020 makes a 4. So that's going to be a really interesting, beautiful day. I wonder what kind of portals will be present, you know, open, closed, all of the things, you know. We all know change is coming. That's just the nature of where we are. What information do we need to know this week? I love you. I thank you. I'm sorry, and please forgive me. I trust you. No. The Knight of Cups. Interesting to me how just this morning I saw that Jen at Natural Magics had posted an in-depth verbal and audio file on pathworking the King of Cups. I am definitely going to listen to that. Thank you, Jen. Or was it the King? Was it the King that was there? I'll have to look. But this is the Knight. They are looking forward. You know, they have their ideal, you know, their symbol in their hand. They're holding it right in front of them. So it's sort of like they are seeing and living their truth. Whenever I see these cups, I think of a toroidal field. Let's see if I can get that in focus again. It was so great. On top, there we go. On top is a cylindrical cone, and on the bottom is a pyramid. And to me, that speaks of the union between feminine and masculine principles, the meeting from as above, so below. And do you see the ring around the point where is their center? So right there, it sort of looks like a donut, you know, or a bracelet that's right there. Most likely that could also, you know, like just, I mean, you could call it just like the piece that reinforces the top, the chalice, and the bottom, the structure, the foundation, you know, holds them together. But I really feel like it's that union there that creates that extra energy field, you know, that third being, the creative force, you know, you know, the whole, there's a hole there. You know, the top cylindrical part can be the, you know, feminine coming down, and the masculine is rising up to meet. And because of the two that we have, you know, just life, you know, it's the meeting of the two that creates the spark of life that lives within our hearts, that creates our toroidal field, which looks like a donut, a bracelet, like that, you know, and it's on both sides. It's this, the toroidal field, and it's also going this way at the same time, you know, like all places is where it is. So this guy, he's armored up, he's ready. Look at their horse. They're charging forward in battle, but I see so much blue there. I see the water, I see blue sky, the horse is blue, and that is very much calm. And almost even in a throat chakra type of energy, which is a higher level type of vortex, of our chakras. Interesting to me how that throat chakra communicates with our sense of hearing and listening. What is it that we need to be listening to right now? What messages are coming in? And listening is a higher level skill. It's not something that most of us actively participate in, but it is something that does have to have active participation. They're armored, ready to go, wanting to charge forward. But he isn't like in a charge. He's more of like a, I'm ready for whatever you throw at me because I'm balanced. I have my feminine and my masculine, and I'm owning my energetic field. Okay, not allowing yourself to be blown around by the storm, allowing the wind to move through you, to blow out any densities that no longer bring us calm. What do you think about when you see the Knight of Cups? This is for our no portion of our spread. We do a no show grow spread for the weekly reads, which is also synonymous with head, heart, and balance. So, know your calm, your peace, your truth, your ideal. So, Knight of Cups, here we've got, let's see if I get it, imaginative, helpful, artistic. Allowing the space for silence, allowing the space for creativity to come through us, for that creative energy which is just inherent in us, a space to then display itself, a spot where we can actually communicate, hear, talk to, listen to our genius, our creative genius. I can totally see how having that sense of peace and calm is quite helpful, as it says, helpful, right? Because you're not on your own. And when you allow the energy to move through you, we're kind of abandoning really, I want to say desire. Not that I think desire is bad, I really don't, but when we as humans think we have a plan, you know what I mean? There needs to be a balance struck between trusting the universe to bring what it is meant for us to us. This knight isn't going after the war, or going after his home, or whatever it is that they are, ready to take on. They're waiting for the battle to come to them, but they're ready. It doesn't even have to be like a fight specifically. When I I think of a knight and I think of the fighting, I am reminded of the kind of energetic warfare that is happening right now. There's a lot of kidnapping of consciousness that is happening right now. And I'm not saying one way is right and the other way is wrong. I'm just acknowledging that and observing and, you know, seeing what is. That's what this time really can be used for the most, is all of us taking a good look at what we have, at what we want, you know, and what we can do with what we have, so that what we want will come running towards us as fast as we are running towards it. And, you know, it takes trust. It takes trust in ourselves, you know, to know that we are prepared. It takes trust in our comrades, you know. This person isn't out by themselves. You know, they may look like they are, but they're not really. Right? There are other people around them. Okay, let's see what's going on in our heart space, which is also the present, because the no, show, grow can also be past, present, and future. Page of Pentacles. Oh, goodness gracious. So we're amongst royalty this week. Surprise, surprise. When we are around royalty, we are immersed in unconditional love. We are beacons of unconditional love. This page, this child, if you want to see them as, you know, a younger version of royalty, this page is holding up their manifestation. You know, it's either right there on the cusp of, you know, like, it's like they're making it right now. They're focusing their attention, right? They're looking right at it, and they're making it happen. It's the very beginning of this kind of journey with the physical realm. They are surrounded in grass and trees and a mountain and a field. It's right there as a field. You know, I definitely am happy to step into this type of energy, you know, being surrounded by, you know, those massive natural forces, the undeniable, unescapable forces of the mountains and the trees, you know, and the flowers, and our own potential to create what we want. Page of Pentacles. So we've got personal growth, new skill set, and pursuing goals. The archetype of the child, the spark of new energy. You know, we know within our heart where we want to go. We're either practicing this new skill set, or this new goal has been either so loud or so quiet that it makes us want to pay attention. For example, let me just have you ever had like a whispering game with a child? You know, you get really close, you know, and you just talk and you whisper and you say secrets back and forth. They're listening very intently to what you're saying. So messages don't always need to be super loud to be heard. Or important. This new goal is about your personal growth. You know, seeing all the things growing and blossoming on the bottom here. You know, that's definitely personal growth. You know, what elevates us? What makes us raise our hands up, you know, and trust and feel and believe and know in our own divinity, in our own power as creators? What does it smell like in this forest? You know, what are we growing here in the field? Where's your house? Is it close by? Are you here just like on a picnic? You know, just kind of like trying on this new goal? Is it not built yet? Is that the thing? The house is like just starting. That's probably what it is. It's just starting to be made. These are like this is the foundation right here. Congratulations on your new adventure. Let's see our area of growth. The Page of Swords. So we are surrounded by royalty. Not only, you know, are we experiencing new physical manifestations, but we're also experiencing new mental patterns. It looks like this guy, or this person, excuse me, is looking back, you know, and because of the way they're looking back, they've decided to move forward. They're going in a new direction. You know, this path that was over here is not really for them anymore. So they're moving out into unfamiliar territory. Without even really specifically looking, you know, the looking back is enough for them to know that they're not going that way anymore. We're going this way. I really want to know what the birds above them mean. It almost sort of looks like a crown. Does it not look like they are wearing a crown of birds? I'm definitely going to be looking that up. If you have any sort of like, you know, occult knowledge that you would like to share in regards to the Smith Rider-Waite Smith tarot deck and birds, I would love to hear it, but I'm definitely going to do some more research myself. So the Page of Swords, curiosity, intelligence, new perspective. I am loving that we are in our heart and in our growth being in a space for like the childlike wonder of the world. You know, they say but from birth to 7 years old, we are the smartest that we'll ever be. There are so many neurons that are growing and connecting, and our ability to absorb and process and then produce as children. Magnificent is what it is. So we are branching out into new areas of thought, which is going to spark new areas of belief, which is going to spark new emotions and new manifestations. You know, everything will move because of this change in new perspective. Perspective is everything. Always. Always. I just posted a quote similar to that from on my Instagram stories from one of the modern muses. It's a community of people who are dedicated to inspiring themselves and others, who feel like they have something to share with humanity. So if you're interested in that, check out Modern Muses Community. You type that into search, you'll find it right there. And it will produce a oracle deck with audio files as well, and I'm sure a really beautifully written guide. Thank you to the creators. Let's see, I am going to create an altar, do energy work, also create some journal prompts for us in regards to this spread right here, and also a list of symbolism for us to explore further. For example, when I first started the reading, I saw again the eagle that was just like hanging around our house. We just saw it, and I was just outside, and it must have been hanging around, and so much so that, I mean, I got to see it like 3-4 times, but then I got to see it right out the window here while we were chatting. So to me, that's a message for this week. Also, one of the Modern Muses just posted yesterday about the eagle. So there we go, another sign for us to, another omen, I'm going to call it, for us to think about the archetype and the energy and the blessings of the eagle for this week. Thank you so much for being, folks. I'll have part 2 with all those other things up on Patreon, and then this video up as soon as possible. Thank you. Bye.